Hello there, very good afternoon and welcome to Lunchtime News on TV1 for the news first where the people come first. I'm Martin Satyanesan. Let's start off with a look at your headlines for this afternoon.
In Global Dialogue, Budget 2020 polls. Railway operations along coastal line disrupted due to a derailment in Kolpiti. Nishantha Muthuhettigama granted bail. President Joe Biden becomes first US president to join a picket line. Nepal sets 7 world records in T20 cricket.
On to those stories in detail. Sri Lankan President Ranil Wickremesinghe left for Germany during the early hours of Wednesday morning. The president left on a 4-day state visit and is expected to attend the Berlin Global Dialogue.
Berlin Global Dialogue is a new international forum that unites leaders from business and policy to find joint solutions for a global economy in transition. The Press and Information Office of the Federal Government of Germany reported that this will be held under the leadership of Chancellor Olaf Scholz. The German Chancellor Olaf Scholz will meet with President Ranil Wickremesinghe on the sidelines of the Berlin Global Dialogue. State Minister Shehan Singha has been appointed as the acting Minister of Finance. He has been appointed by the President owing to his official visit to Germany to inspect the work of the Ministry of Finance, Economic Stabilization and National Policy.
State Minister of Finance Ranjit Siyambalapitia says that the 2024 budget will be presented to Parliament in the second week of October. The second reading or budget speech will be presented on the 13th of November by President Ranil Wickremesinghe in his capacity as the Finance Minister.
November 14 ඉඳලා November 21 වෙනකල්
The budget debate will be held from the 14th to the 21st of November under the second reading. The vote on the second reading will be held on the 21st. The third reading or the committee stage debate will be held from the 22nd of November. Plans are in place to conclude the whole process by the 27th of November. The President, in his capacity as the Finance Minister, has focused special attention towards health and education as important investment in a country. We have had to incur a large welfare cost. We have had to increase the welfare expenditure, which is used to be 65 to 70 billion rupees to 185 billion rupees. With our Swasama program, we have directed attention towards these matters.
ඉතින් ඒ වගේ කාරණා කෙරෙහි විශේෂම අවධානය මේ අවස්ථාවේ යොමු වෙලා තියෙනවා.
The Supreme Court today cleared the way for the recruitment of school principals when it ordered the immediate implementation of the decision taken by the Ministry of Education regarding the filling of 4,718 vacancies in the principal service of Sri Lanka. This was due to the withdrawal of the interim order in the petition filed before the Supreme Court against the concerned recruits.
The petitions were heard before Chief Justice Jayanta Jayasuriya before the 3-judge bench. The petitioners took measures to withdraw several other petitions related to this matter. The Supreme Court had previously issued an injunction to suspend the circular for the recruitment of teachers, and it was also lifted today.
6 trains have been cancelled along the coastal line following a derailment of an office train in Kolpiti.
Railway Traffic Superintendent N.J. Indipolage noted several trains to Kaluthara, Moratuwa and Panadura have been cancelled. He noted trains plying from Colombo along the coastal route may be delayed. A train plying from Mahava to Moratuwa had derailed in this manner in Kolpiti. The Department of Railways noted movement towards Colombo will not be affected due to the derailment. However, train delays could be experienced for train travelling from Colombo. The Railway Traffic Superintendent said measures are being taken to re-rail the train promptly.
Former Deputy Minister Nishantha Muthuhettigama, who was remanded in custody in connection with a vehicle incident, was today ordered to be released on bail. This occurred when the case was called before Galle Chief Magistrate Mr. Isuru Nethikumara.
Nishantha Muthuhettigama was remanded in custody in relation to a case filed regarding his possession of a vehicle that had been assembled with illegally imported parts and fitted with a fake number plate. The police had reported to the court that documents that are submitted to the Motor Transport Commissioner were not given during the registration of the vehicle in question. The police mentioned in the court that although they have been informed on several occasions to provide the relevant documents, if any, nothing has been presented to the police or the court. After considering the facts, the court ordered that Muthuhettigama be released on a cash bail of 50,000 rupees and 2 personal sureties of 5 million rupees each.
Today marks World Tourism Day, and this year's theme is Tourism and Green Investments.
Sri Lanka, world famous for its hospitality, is an island that has been attracting tourists since ancient times. Tourists from many countries of the world come to Sri Lanka to witness the natural beauty, culture, and the ancient glory. Although the Sri Lankan tourism sector was hit by the coronavirus pandemic and the ensuing political and economic instability from the start of this year, a gradual growth was visible in the tourism industry. The number of tourists who arrived in Sri Lanka exceeded 1 million on Tuesday the 26th, indicating that the tourism sector is stabilizing once again. Chairman of the Sri Lanka Tourism Development Authority, Priyantha Fernando, said that there is a significant growth in the number of tourists arriving in Sri Lanka from Middle Eastern countries as well as other countries, including Spain, Netherlands, Belarus and Israel.
Shifting your attention to international news, at least 100 people have died and 150 others injured after a fire broke out at a wedding in northern Iraq, state media has reported.
Hundreds of people were celebrating in Al-Hamdaniya in Iraq's northern province when fire tore through the venue late on Tuesday evening. It is not yet clear what caused the blaze, but early reports say it broke out after fireworks were lit. The bride and the groom are thought to be alive but in hospital with burns. According to the initial reports in Iraqi media, they said they had died in the blaze. Flammable panels in the building may have helped the flames spread, causing parts of the ceiling to fall down. Iraq's Civil Defense Directorate said, quote, "The fire led to the collapse of parts of the hall as a result of the use of highly flammable, low-cost building materials that collapse within minutes when fire breaks out," end quote. Eyewitnesses said hundreds of people were there celebrating when the building caught fire at around 10:45 local time.
President Joe Biden on Tuesday became the first U.S. president to join a picket line when he joined auto workers on strike against the largest vehicle manufacturers in America, demanding higher wages and better working conditions.
Biden joined the picket line in Michigan at one of many plants where workers are on strike against 3 auto giants, General Motors, Ford and Stellantis. Biden said, quote, "I've marched a lot of UAW picket lines when I was a senator since 1973, but I'll tell you what, this is the first time I've ever done it as the president," end quote.
Nepal set 7 T20 international world records in a 273-run victory over Mongolia in the first match of the Asian Games men's cricket competition today.
Batting first, Nepal scored 314 runs in 20 overs, the highest score in men's T20 internationals. Nepal's total of 26 sixers was the most number of sixers in a T20 international inning. Nepal's Kushan Mala scored the fastest century in T20 internationals in just 34 deliveries. Dipendra Singh Airi also entered the record books for scoring the fastest half-century in T20 internationals in just 9 deliveries. Chasing a target of 314 runs, Mongolia were bowled out for 41 runs in 13 overs, giving Nepal the largest margin of victory in a T20 international. Nepal also secured the record for the highest partnership for the 3rd wicket.
News First is proud to bring you a world premiere to mark World Tourism Day, which falls today. This fascinating documentary, The Dance of Gaja, was produced by News First, Sri Lanka's premier news brand, and was selected for broadcast globally under the theme Tourism Tomorrow. The production is part of the Global South co-production on sustainable tourism supported by the World Broadcasting Unions and the United Nations Office for Disaster Risk Reduction under their initiative Media Saving Lives. The dance of Gaja showcases Sri Lanka's potential as a sustainable tourism destination for both local and foreign travelers. It focuses on elephant tourism in Udawalawa, also navigating through the rich culture and ecological heritage of the locality. The 10-minute documentary film was produced by Didula Boga Kumbura and executive producer is Ashoka Dias. The World Broadcasting Unions and UNDRR have accepted the dance of Gaja for broadcast in Europe, Asia Pacific and Caribbean regions. We leave you this afternoon with this fascinating documentary. Take care and good day.
They say that life is all connected, even the most remote of animals and humans all rose from this earth. But after years of life on land and sea, have we thought about how far these connections sustain? Deep within Sri Lanka lies Udawalawa, nestled nearly 200 kilometers away from the bustling capital city of Colombo. Born out of the need for agriculture, the Udawalawa Reservoir in the 1960s paved the way for elephants to find refuge in the area. The town of Udawalawa is an extraordinary tapestry of society where the vibrant synergy of locals and wildlife flourishes. A town where a national park, agricultural land, an elephant transit home and a community all exist in their harmony. As the sun rises over the serene Udawalawa National Park, the people who call this place home embrace a livelihood intricately woven with nature's splendor. Resources are shared among the people of Udawalawa and elephants alike. They thrive by building and trading monuments of culture around the world of elephants.
Today in the morning we make the safari, like 4 hours on the jeep, and it was actually really nice. We saw some elephants. We really enjoyed.
Among the cherished traditions in Sri Lanka, passed down through generations, is the awe-inspiring Gajaga Vannama, a mesmerizing dance performance that showcases the elegant spirit of elephants, honoring their grace and power in Sri Lankan heritage. This is the elephant transit home called At Athuru Sevana, a haven that serves as a refuge for orphaned, injured and malnourished elephants. This is where we found the enchanting tale of Namal.
අපේ දෙපාර්තමේන්තුවේ නිලධාරීන්ට හම්බෙලා තියෙන අම්පාර නාමල්ලෝය කියන ප්‍රදේශයේදී වැලක පැටලිලා තුවාල වෙලා ඉන්න පොඩි පැටියෙක් තමයි හම්බෙලා තියෙන කකුලේ ආබාධයෙන් හින්දා උඩවල ඇත්තතුරු සෙවණට ගෙනල්ලා මෙයාව අර කකුලේ තුවාලේ වැඩි වෙන හින්දා මෙයාගේ ජීවිතේ බේර ගන්න තමයි මේ කකුල කපලා අයින් කරලා මෙයාට මේ කෘත්‍රිම කකුලක් හදලා දාලා උඩවල ඇත්තතුරු සෙවණේ බලාගන්නේ. අවුරුදු 13ක වයස වගේ ටිකක් වෙනස් සතෙක් මෙයා ටිකක් අර සැරයි. ටිකක් සාමාන්‍ය අනිත් අයට වගේ එහෙම කිට්ටු වෙන්න අමාරු. උරු වෙච්ච එක්කෙනෙකුට දෙන්නෙකුට වගේ තමයි මෙයත් එක්ක ගනුදෙනු කරන්න පුළුවන්. දොවලව මේ ආශ්‍රිත ප්‍රදේශයට ලොකු සම්පතක්. මොකද මේ වගේ සතෙක් මුළු ලෝකේ කොහෙවත් නැහැ. මොන ජීවිත අවදානම හරි මොන දේ තිබ්බත් අර ගොඩක් මම කැමති මේ සතාව බලා ගන්න. මොකද මේ එහෙම කවුරුත් නැතුව ගියොත් මේ සතා තවත් අසරණ වෙනවනේ.
Like Namal, all these gentle giants receive the loving care and attention they so desperately need at this elephant transit home located close to the national park. While Namal flourishes under the watchful eyes of his caretakers, not too far away from the park, the battle for resources between elephants and humans looms.
වයින් නැති කාලෙට ඒ කියන්නේ පැවුම් කාලෙට අනිවාර්යෙන්ම එනවා වැඩි. ඒ වෙනකොට උන්ටක් කන්න දෙයක් නැහැ. ඉතින් උනුත් මේවට එනවා. කියන්නේ උන් අපි ඉතින් එලවනවා. ඉතින් කරදරයක් වෙන්නේ නැහැ දැනුවත් වෙනා. උන්ටත් ඉතින් අපිත් උන් එලවනවා. උන් එනවා ඉතින් වගා වලට පයින්නවා. දිගටම ඒක තමයි ඉතින් වෙන්නේ. 6 වෙනකොට 6 7 වෙනකොට අනිවාර්යෙන් බහිනෝමයි යලි මේවට. කොට හිටවනවා කෙසෙල් ඔක්කොම ඉතින් කඩා කප්පල් වල දාලා උන්ගේ කැලේ උනාට ඉතින් අපිත් ගොවිතැනක් කරගන්න මේකට ආවේ. ගොවිතැන් බතක් කරගෙන ඉතින් අපි ඉන්නෝට ඉතින් තරහයි ඉතින් මොනව කරන්නද? අලියා!
In the face of these challenges, the transit home provided a glimmer of hope. The generous support and compassion of humans offered a lifeline to these magnificent beings.
ඇත්තතු සෙවන කියන එකේ තේමාවම ගත්තොත් යලිත් සියන ජීබිම් කරා පාන ගන්න කියන තේමාවට තමයි මේක ආරම්භුනේ. විශේෂයෙන් මානව ක්‍රියාකාරකම් සහ විවිධ ස්වභාවික සංසිද්ධීන් අනුව අවතැන් වෙන තුවාල වුණු අතරමං වුණු සත්තු අලිපැටව විශේෂයෙන් පුනරුත්ථාපනය කරන මධ්‍යස්ථානයක්. ඒකල යම්කිසි කාලයක් මේගොල්ලන්ගේ පෝෂණය, සෞඛ්‍ය විවිධ සමාජීය කටයුතු කරලා මේගොල්ලෝ නිසි වයස ලැබුණාන් පස්සේ මේගොල්ලෝ නැවත ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ නිජ බිම් වලට ස්වභාවික පරිසරයට නිදහස් කිරීම තමයි මෙතන වෙන මූලික සංකල්පය.
Current societal changes, the cultural changes and the development changes has resulted in what we hear and the way we see things today in the present. Today the tourists come to see elephants in captive locations like Udawalawe. Now these relationships and these things being successful in Sri Lanka is because of development, and yet there is this feeling of sustainability in nature that Sri Lankan has, and therefore we feel the elephant as still part of our naturalness.
People help these gentle giants by fostering and even donating milk to the little elephants that find their way to this second home, ensuring that they are nurtured before joining the wilderness once again.
This is the first time, so the baby elephants are so cute.
Yes.
So cute, so many. I like elephants because they're very cute, and we don't have elephants at home.
ජීවිතේ ප්‍රථම වතාවට තමයි මේ වගේ අත්දැකීමක් විඳින්න හම්බුනේ. ඒක තහඳ සුන්දර අත්දැකීමක්. මේ වගේ අලි කුඩා අලි පැටව දකින්න ලැබුණේ නම් ප්‍රථම වතාවට මෙහෙම ඒගොල්ලෝ කිරි බනවා, කෑම කනවා දකින්න ලැබිච්ච ඉතින් සුන්දර අත්දැකීමක් විඳින්න හම්බුණා.
The opportunities to see the wild animals and to be with nature and to be in nature is amazing. Absolutely amazing.
උඩවලවේ අලියා ඉන්න නිසා තමයි මේ හැම දෙයක්ම අපට ලැබිලා තියෙන්නේ. විශේෂයෙන්ම අලියා අපි කියනවා කීස්ටෝන් එකක්. එහෙම නැත්නම් එයා යතුරක්. ඒක ජාතික වනෝද්‍යානය තුළ සංරක්ෂිත භූමිය විතරක් නෙමෙයි, අලියා යතුරු පෝරුවක් වෙන්නේ. අලියා සංරක්ෂිත ප්‍රදේශයෙන් පිට පරිබාහිර මේ ගම්මාන වලටත් මේ අලියා යතුරු පෝරුවක් කරනවා. මොකද මේ යතුරු කැරැල්ලේ ප්‍රධාන යතුරු නැති වුණොත් මේ ගම වැටෙන්න පුළුවන්. විශේෂයෙන්ම රුජු හා වක්‍ර රැකියාවල් 10000කට ආසන්න ප්‍රමාණයක් මේ වෙද්දී උඩවලව ආශ්‍රිතව උඩවලව ජාතික වනෝද්‍යානය ආශ්‍රිතව සංචාරක කර්මාන්තයට දායක වෙනවා.
And amidst the serene landscapes of the Udawalawa National Park, tourism flourishes. Visitors from around the world are welcomed to witness the grandeur of elephants in their natural habitat, forging a profound and everlasting connection with nature and Sri Lanka. Yet, the true essence of sustainability lies beyond the surface, entwined with the very existence of these gentle giants.
The national park's incredible, so many elephants. We saw the baby orphans this morning as well, which was amazing. Really, really cool. Yeah, just so much to see.
The prosperity of the people relies on the delicate balance created by the coexistence of humans and elephants. As the sun sets over the enchanting landscapes of Udavalava, the resounding rhythm of the gentle giants prevails.
My first time, and it's like magnificent. These animals are so beautiful. Look like crazy. We've seen hundreds of elephants.
The timeless tales of these elephants stand as a subtle reminder of how people and the gentle beasts alike can walk together. It symbolizes the power of sustainable tourism in Sri Lanka. It symbolizes the power of togetherness.